Are you at liberty to tell us where you are?
At this stage, no, I don't want to disclose where I am because, first of all, I haven't settled anywhere.
Before you went, you had talked about, because the Honorable Robert Chagulanyi had left earlier, and in your conversations before you left, you had actually talked about address that subject, and you seemed not to accept his going away. So what changed for you? Why is it not okay for Chagulanyi? Why was it not okay then for Chagulanyi, according to what you said earlier?
Doctor,
And okay now?
I didn't have the same facts as Chagulanyi had.
Mm-hmm.
At the time he left, that was my thinking. Today, I have a different thinking. I didn't know that the system had collapsed to that level that they can arrest the main opposition leader in the country. I didn't know.
I mean, brilliant. I'm going to say, I'm so glad that you're mentioning that. Thank you so much. You know, that's a statement of regret. Hey, I didn't know. I wish I knew. I am sorry. Embedded in those words is an apology. Rightly so, I understand. Well, ladies and gentlemen, shortly after the 2026 elections, the former Kira Municipality Member of Parliament, Ibrahim Semujju, went after Bobi Wine. He accused him of abandoning the struggle by leaving Uganda. At the time, Semujju questioned why Bobi Wine would flee instead of staying behind to confront the Museveni criminal regime. Very understandable. Very okay question. But hey, fast forward to today. Semujju is in exile himself. And suddenly he sees the picture very differently. Again, very understandable. In a striking moment of reflection, Ibrahim Semujju admits that when he attacked Bobi Wine, he simply had not understood how dangerous the situation really was. He now appears regretful about the remarks and acknowledges that he underestimated the circumstances that forced Bobi Wine to leave Uganda. And maybe, perhaps, this is one of those moments when life gives you a very uncomfortable lesson. And yes, it is very easy to sit on the outside and ask, why did Bobi Wine flee? Why did he run? He should have stayed behind. You know, it's very easy to do that until the danger comes knocking at your own door. Then you know, oh, I should have left earlier. Semujju once questioned Bobi Wine's decision to leave Uganda. Now he has made the same decision himself. And he explains why. Look, in this commentary, I'm going to be excelling grace and love and kindness and understanding. I'm not going to be blaming him. So, to you guys who are asking, is this a change of heart? Is it a painful realization, or simply the difference between watching the storm and being caught inside it? You're going to be getting my commentary. I'm going to be playing you here Ibrahim Semujju's commentary, and I'll give my commentary as well. Now, I know for sure I'm going to be getting attacks. You know, when he first made those comments, I think more than 1 month ago, I'm like, come on, you don't do this. And then I wrote about the same a few days ago. Then I received a barrage of attacks and criticism and ad hominem attacks on my Facebook. I'm like, dude, guys, what's up? I am a ding-dong on social media flapping my gums. My commentary is equivalent to a drop in the ocean. And people are angry. Mordecai, why would you say this about Ibrahim Semujju? I'm like, you seem so angry because I'm giving commentary about Ibrahim Semujju, but you never felt angry when Ibrahim Semujju made those ridiculous comments about Bobi Wine. Oh, you cannot say it, Mordecai. Come on. What do you mean? And for many of them, actually, who continue to attack me, I ask them, how about you block me and then you don't see my opinions? They won't. All they do is wait for the moment to attack Murisa. I am nothing. And if you're going to attack me and not the person I'm making commentary about, then you're trying to give me this false and exaggerated impotency. I am not that important. Focus on what matters, not Mordecai Murisa. All right, here's my commentary and welcome to this feed.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start with Ibrahim Semujju being asked how he's doing.
Honorable, how have you been?
I am okay. I left Uganda on 17th of June. Went to perform Umrah. I finished it. But I couldn't come back because of the terror and torture, which seems to have been normalized now, that people can be kidnapped, tortured, harassed, and nothing happens. So that's why I've stayed away until I am sure that I don't have to go to the basement. Then I'll take a decision when I will be coming back.
Absolutely.
So how can you be sure? What kind of assurances do you need?
I don't need assurances from anyone. At my level, I should do my personal assessment. As we are now, collectively, because this is not a personal issue, collectively, we will need to do something to recover our country, because our country has been taken over by gangs.
Yep.
Who wear people on the road and take them for torture. And with some pressure, abandon some and then keep others.
Exactly. And I'm going to put emphasis on the term collectively. Look, opportunism and what else? What is in it for me? We have that problem in Uganda. The reason as why we've not been able to form this coalition that can take on the Museveni criminal regime is folks are always fighting for position. Even when it is self-evident that everyone on the opposition should rally behind Besigye. In those days, you had a few opposition folks who were saying, oh, if we get into power, I want to be the prime minister. Dude, that's all you care about. And now that we have Bobi Wine, you'd still have those arguments at a time when we are faced with abysmal human rights violations, abductions, torture, enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, corruption, the plundering of our nation, all those evils. Whenever we sit in a room, folks want to be like, okay, tell me, am I going to be vice president when we get to power? Who cares? Who really cares? But I believe that it's going to get extremely worse until our conscience tells us that, you know what, positions mean nothing. We've got to bring hands together as a collective, he mentioned, and confront the Museveni criminal regime. Because the Museveni criminal regime doesn't look at Ibrahim Semujju, Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, and Mordecai Murisa, a danderhead who occupies a drop on this internet thing, differently. They see us the same. That's why when they abduct Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago, he's undressed, he's ridiculed and mocked by Muhoozi Kainerugaba. When they do the same thing to Eddie Mutwe, now you'd think that they view Elias Lukwago as a different person, or former Lord Mayor, a distinguished lawyer, and he has all these hats he's been wearing for quite some time. No. To them, the moment you oppose the Museveni criminal regime, the moment you stand as blocking the way of Muhoozi and Museveni, you have the same face as Besigye, as Bobi Wine. Until we understand that, there's no difference. Okay, let's continue. What does he say?
So I will do what the people who have been away in exile do, and many of them have, including Mr. Museveni, who was in Tanzania for more than 5 years. Then he took his family to Sweden. Then he...
Again, I'm sorry for pausing here, but I want to speak to Lucky's minions, Stooges, emissaries, and minions of the Museveni and Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Did you hear what he just said? Museveni was in exile for 5 years. Many of you were so quick. Oh, why did he flee? Why did he run away? Well, Museveni left for 5 years. You're complaining about Bobi Wine fleeing and he's in the USA for 2 weeks, for 1 day and a half. Why did he go? Museveni was away for 5 years. He actually gave birth to the Napo baby criminal thug Muhoozi Kainerugaba while he was in Tanzania. Yeah, they usually use oh, so you are in a struggle, but now you're dancing. Okay, I hear you. Yeah, Museveni was in struggle and having sex and having children. It is always okay for them. But the moment you dance, why are you dancing yet you say you are in struggle? Yeah, Museveni was having children in the struggle. He was in exile having children. Oh, Monica, you cannot say that. Please don't say that, Monica. Don't say that. Okay. I thought you'd know that would be a rebuttal to curtail your nonsense.
They were in England. Human beings will always find a solution. So don't worry.
Yep.
I will do the assessment and I will be coming back to Uganda because I don't have any other country.
Yeah, let's go here when he was asked where he is as we speak. The question is here. Ibrahim Semujju is being asked, where are you?
Struggling to make Uganda comfortable for everybody.
Are you at liberty to tell us where you are?
At this stage, no, I don't want to disclose where I am because, first of all, I haven't settled anywhere. I was in Mecca. I told you I was in Mecca because specifically I had gone there for Umrah. So I am in and about. But finally, I will tell you where I will have settled. But it's also going to be, I don't think I'm going to stay here forever. So, but I'll have a country that will give me, that will accommodate me in the either few months or few weeks.
Okay, here we go.
Before you went, you had talked about, because the Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi had left earlier, and in your conversations before you left, you had actually talked about address that subject, and you seemed not to accept his going away. So what changed for you? Why is it not okay for Kyagulanyi? Why was it not okay then for Kyagulanyi, according to what you said earlier? And now?
This man is very okay asking that question. If it is asked by Mordecai Murisa, you cannot say that, Mordecai. You are a lumpen. They attack me like, oh my.
Dr. Besigye left the NRM in 2001, specifically around November 2000, and started fighting Museveni. There are colleagues who sat at the Honorable Nuyamanya Mushega's office in Wandegea Public Service and told him, you allow the man to contest one more time. So the assessments are not done at the same time. I didn't have the same facts as Kyagulanyi had.
Mm-hmm.
At the time he left, that was my thinking. Today I have a different thinking. I didn't know that the system had collapsed to that level that they can arrest the main opposition leader in the country. I didn't know.
Brilliant. I'm going to say, I'm so glad that you're mentioning that. Thank you so much. That's a statement of regret. Hey, I didn't know. I wish I knew. I am sorry. Embedded in those words is an apology. Rightly so, I understand. But again, I'm going to be attacked for saying this. Ibrahim Semujju did not appreciate the level of evil, grotesque mind of the Museveni criminal regime. Had he seen what had been done to Bobi Wine supporters during the campaigns? Had he seen what Muhoozi Kainerugaba had tweeted? We have killed 22 of NUP supporters. I want to cut off Bobi Wine balls. Was he thinking those were just mere tweets? They were just jokes? Had he not appreciated enough that his mentor, I would argue, Dr. Kira Municipality, had been abducted from Kenya on the orders of Museveni and Muhoozi Kainerugaba and kept in prison illegally for all this time? What is he saying? Look, they call them, usually here, people call them red flags in a relationship. That there's things that you should notice at the beginning of a relationship, and they're called red flags, and you should be like running for your life. There were many red flags to tell you. And look, my commentary is born out of the commentary of Ibrahim Semujju. He had actually told us before the election, he had told us that the difference between Museveni and Muhoozi Kainerugaba is Museveni was evil smart. Okay? He was evil, but at the same time smart. He would commit all these atrocities but hide. But the Muhoozi Kainerugaba was evil stupid. He would abduct people and broadcast what is done. Those assessments had been done by Ibrahim Semujju before the election. So when he says, oh, I had not appreciated, what does he mean? He still gave the criminal regime benefit of doubt. Oh, they might not do it. Oh my God. This is 2021 elections. Are we all forgetting what they did to Bobi Wine? Okay.
The events of June coming into July, I think now they can abduct anyone. So the time he went, I didn't know it would happen. Now I think they can abduct him.
They can abduct. Okay, is he referring to the abduction of Miriam Matembe and Ibrahim Muhammad Mwanga Chivumbi? This was the pattern and practice. That wasn't a bag. That wasn't a BUG in the operations of the Museveni criminal regime. That's how they operate. But hey, better late than never. I'm so glad that he appreciates it. And look, I am so glad that Ibrahim Semujju is not in Uganda. I don't want my leaders to be in prison. I don't want them to be tortured. It breaks my heart to look at Elias Lukwago being treated the way he's being treated. These are our leaders. These are our mentors. These are our role models.
So what happens now? What do you leave behind here in Uganda? Because do you mean to say that everyone who assesses and their life is in danger, they should also take the same path you've taken? And what will be left of
You see, we've got to make a decision. Do I stay in Uganda and go to the basement? That is one option. Because there are people who think you will be brave to go and stay in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
That has a symbolic value. Do you still want to continue? Because I am not a soldier that I carry a gun.
Mm-hmm.
I speak and share information about this government, what they have done. That's what I have done all my life as a journalist and as a politician. If I go to prison like the Honorable Elias Lukwago and Dr. Kizza Besigye, maybe the worst is Sam Mugumya, will I still be making a contribution? Yes, there can be a symbolic value in you being in prison, but you as a person, you will not be making the contribution that you can make. But you can still do research, share information, coordinate with others wherever you are when you are not in Uganda. It's a personal decision. And
it's a personal decision. And what he says, I'll take you to what Bobi Wine said recently. This is reminiscent of what Bobi Wine said.
There comes a time ngoli face no mulabi nga there are two choices.
Mm-hmm.
Fight or flight.
You chose to fly.
Omuntu yenna ategeera. When you face somebody with a sword, you don't counter them with poetry.
Good. You know, that's why I'm so glad that, this interview came before Ibrahim Semujju's comments about why he fled Uganda. Look, because Ibrahim Semujju just admitted, I don't have a sword, I don't have a gun. All I do is my mouth. I use speech, rhetoric. If someone is going to abduct you and torture you and kill you, the response to that is, I'm going to tell him you cannot do that to me. Flee so that you can continue using the gift God gave you, speech.
Twasoka kulwanyisa ideas Museveni nga yepresentinze nga ategeere nnyo.
That's the evil smart of Museveni. Oh, my ideology. Oh. Evil smart.
Era ng'agamba abantu NRM ideology ze nnyina vision nannyonnyola kino nga okay Museveni bino by'olimbidde abantu ebbanga lyonna ne mulumbagana.
And beat him in his game.
Nga bwongo ku bwongo. N'atuuka ekiseera nga takyalina kyagamba abantu. Era ne tumuwangula. Kakati n'asindika mutabani we ye mutabani we ye bibye si byakulowooza.
Evil stupid.
Ye bibye byakutemula.
Yep.
nali sobola ate kuba musiru kugamba nti kati kanwanagane n'abantu abaze n'emmundu n'ebyambe n'ebisi byonna byonna.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I'm so glad that Ibrahim Semujju is outside. I know he's support. He's got loyalists who attack Mordecai. How can you say? I think I should show you here. Oh, no, I shared this on my Facebook recently. You know, even when I say appreciate and everything I do is inspired by Ibrahim Semujju, people don't appreciate that. The moment I make comments about him, oh my God, Mordecai, they attack, they go after you. I wanted to show you here, but my internet is playing with me, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, I think you get the point here, ladies and gentlemen. They flee Uganda so that they have another opportunity of fighting, another opportunity of exposing the Museveni criminal regime, another opportunity of strategizing and mobilizing and working together. That's why they decided to flee Uganda. These are not actions of a coward. Oh, you're a coward. Those are talking points of the Museveni defenders and regime enablers and accomplices. So do not fall for those traps. I'm trying to show you here how I received a barrage of attacks on my Facebook post. I'm like, I was like, you guys, where are you always? Okay, it should be right here. It wasn't even actually attack. Watch here. So this is what I said. I said, Lulu man, Semujju attacked Kyagulanyi for fleeing Uganda. Well, Semujju fled. Let's practice restraint in these attacks. I'm like, hey, let's restrain when we're attacking each other. And then I have over 350 comments on this post. 350 comments of people. But Kyagulanyi attacked me as well. That I'm a coward who fled. Well, Museko. I came in here and said to him, that was wrong. I'm not going to defend anything that's wrong. Sigwategere nyo, that olimba proof. And Stella Nyanzwe, shall I also write the list of all of those who mocked me when I fled into exile? Then I'm like, hey, but I think you've done, actually. I'm like, I told her, I think you have actually responded to many of them already. Oyagala kubongera. And I'm like, Chimala. And, you know, many of them, it was attacks after attacks after attacks. But when did you turn into foot soldier that only chases for likes? You know, and again, I'm going to have to make a comment about that. Look, that guy, Ayubu Chigongo, is a fanatic of Oboya Moriat. That's funny in and of itself. Your defender of Oboya Moriat. Every time he comes and uses that as a pejorative, an attack, or you are a foot soldier, like I've said. How I wish I have the spirit of Machete, our sister Olivia Lutaya, and a few others, the Bobby Giant, the Bobby Young. Yeah, I would like to be them. Please don't elevate me to that status. I've not yet earned it. I am a social media foot soldier. Yes. I have so much respect for people like Olivia Lutaya, 100%. What you consider to be an attack for me is not. No, not at all. You know? And then I tell them, hey, can you do yourself a favor? Block this foot soldier. They won't. They will always stay there. Bagambe emyoye jirodola. Monitoring spirits. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. I wanted to show you that, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mordecai Morisa. Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. See. Dun, 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 dun. We do enjoy what we do here. Please become a channel member by hitting that join button. That grants you an opportunity to give me a tip at the end of the month. But if you can't, you can just become a subscriber by hitting that subscription button. Let other people join us by sharing a link with them. Tell them, hey, here there's a guy, crazy, but you'd like what he produces. All right. I think I'll be back here soon. Stick around as we enjoy that music. Thank you so much, Ibrahim Semujju. Still, so much respect for you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for saying sorry.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.